tomorrow is here. Ndoma, esi mebe adiwo. Makana miri apobago. Industrial revolution. Apata kone nukuno. Okwa digital economy. Yeah. Agricultural revolution. Oh. Yeah. Esi nchekwa paper. Europe. Okoruzo dimma. Europe. Asia wike maramba. Europe. Quality education and all-round development. Europe. Our tomorrow is here. Our tomorrow is here. Our tomorrow is here. I know.
The 63rd Independence Day anniversary may have come and gone, but activities and significance of that day still resonates in our minds as residents of Enugu State gathered at the historic Michael Okpara Square to celebrate the significant milestone and acknowledge the sacrifices of our forebears who fought for the freedom we all enjoy today. Plus, stakeholders in the Southeast region gathered to celebrate the Igbo tradition and culture at the 2023 Igbo Day celebration. We will bring you sights and sounds of these auspicious events. The program you are watching is Lion Building in Action. Chika Ugu is my name, and I'll be taking you through the state government activities. Do stay tuned. I'll be back shortly. Welcome back. Governor Peter Mba has reiterated his administration's resolve to provide quality education system driven by information and communication technology, as well as improve welfare of teachers through prompt payments. The governor made this known during a ceremony in commemoration of the 63rd Independence Anniversary of Nigeria. Yours truly was there and brings you details. From the shackles of colonization to chart its course as an independent nation, today Nigerians stand proud as a diverse and resilient people, having faced numerous challenges but have continued to forge ahead with determination and hope. This explains the tradition of Enugu people converging on the Michael Okpara Square to celebrate the milestone and reflects on the journey that has shaped the nation. Enugu State Governor, represented by the Deputy Governor Ifeanyi Osai, reaffirmed the state government's commitment to improving the education sector and equipping young ones with necessary skills to make them self-reliant and have a guaranteed future.
On this day, 63 years ago, our nation gained independence from Britain, our colonial masters. That day, launched us into a journey of freedom, journey of self-determination, self-actualization, journey of development, and journey of prosperity. Today marks the anniversary of that journey by our great nation. A significant milestone towards that self-determination and sovereignty. Here in Enugu State, we are a critical part of that remarkable journey. For all the young people here, this day goes beyond the parades and the festivities. It's an opportunity to delve into our past, our history, our culture, and elements that have shaped our identity and the people and the people of Enugu State. It's a day when we reflect on our responsibilities as young citizens of Enugu State and Nigeria. It is also a day that reminds us of the freedom we now have. The freedom we have to dream, the freedom we have to learn, and the freedom we have to grow. We retain the right to express retain the right to receive good education and to contribute to a brighter future for ourselves, the generations to come, and our beloved state in Enugu. For our father's government, let us declare we are committed to work with you, your teachers, your parents, and your guardians to provide you all with tools you need for today's education that will enable you to compete with your peers anywhere in the world.
Commissioner for Children, Gender Affairs and Social Development, Ngozi Ani, while speaking on the theme of this year's celebration, Renewed Hope for Unity and Prosperity, called on Nigerians to put aside their differences and work in unity of purpose. Just as the Commissioner for Education, Professor Ndubeze Mba, said, government is working to deliver the United Nations Sustainable Goal of quality education.
As we celebrate our independence, we must also reflect on the issues that demand our attention and commitment. Renewed Hope for Unity and Prosperity calls for collective action. It calls for visionary leadership that places the welfare of the people at the forefront of governance.
To position Enugu State as one of top 3 states in Nigeria, grow our GDP to $30 billion per annum, and achieve 0% poverty headcount, we need a skilled workforce. Our schools must produce skilled graduates, not certificate holders. Therefore, the government of His Excellency, Barrister Dr. Peter Ndubeze have started a comprehensive reform of our basic education system in Enugu State. We are changing the way that our children learn. We are moving away from a way of learning based on memorization to a way of learning that emphasizes a curriculum of STEM, science, technology, engineering, rather let's call it STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, from primary 1 to JSS 3. After JSS 3, our children will have 2 pathways. This is why His Excellency Barrister Dr. Peter Ndubeze government is establishing 260 new smart and integrated basic education schools, 17 new science and vocational high schools, and 3 STEM magnet colleges across Enugu State.
Colorful march past by pupils from various primary and secondary schools in the state took center stage at the event, with awards presented to best performing schools in the parade. Amongst all the Igbo leaders was a resounding voice at the 2023 World Igbo Day celebration with the theme Igbo Kunye, as he called on the Igbos to reclaim their pride of place, as well as proposed the establishment of a Hall of Fame in Enugu State to capture the stories and images of our past heroes as a reminder of our heritage.
I am one of His Excellency, Senator Hope Uzodinma.
The 2023 Igbo Day celebration focused on the theme Igbo Kunye, meaning Rise Up Igbos. The governor of the Southeast states say the celebration provides the opportunity to chart ways to improve unity and collaboration amongst the Igbos. The governors challenged the people to rise up and build strong bridges with other ethnic groups across the country.
This welcome trend and this event, as well as others like it, will ultimately help us build capacity, which we can channel back to our homeland in the Southeast in any areas where there is room for improvement. For me, this event is unique in that it reminds us why we, Igbo, by focusing on the things that unite us, our colorful culture and tradition. While there are many reasons for solar discourse in Igbo land at the moment, it is also important to remember that it is not all doom and gloom. While we still have so much to work on and repair, there is still plenty to be proud about being Igbo.
Is Central State. It used to be one state with the Enugu as our capital.
We are here to tell the whole world that yes, Igbo people have come to speak with one voice. Igbo people have come to identify our identity. Igbo people have come to celebrate our culture. Today is that day.
The chairman on the occasion, Prince Arthur Eze, tasked the leadership of Ohaneze Ndigbo to initiate measures aimed at resolving current socio-political issues negatively affecting the Southeast region.
I urge the newly inaugurated governors, as well as the older ones, to put in more energy and time aimed at creating a conducive atmosphere necessary for commerce to thrive in Southeast Nigeria.
Reflecting on the achievements of the forefathers in areas of education, commerce, industry, social development, and culture, the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Dr. Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, said the social-cultural organization is making moves to create a new Igbo land of prosperity anchored in peace and unity.
This is a day when through the hustle and bustle of life, we Igbos pause for a while. And when we pause, we reflect on our past. We examine our present, and we have a peep into the future. When we do this, we are able to know where we have succeeded, where we have failed, and how we can succeed in the future.
The celebration featured the presentation of awards to past heroes for their remarkable achievements in Igbo land.
Tomorrow is here. Tomorrow is here. Drama. It's in the bay at you. Makana Miria Bobako. Industrial revolution. Apata Sunday Nukuno. Our digital economy. Yeah. Agricultural revolution. Oh. Yeah. It's in Japan paper. Quality education and all right.
Soccer on its way as federal and state governments assure commuters of reconstruction of the collapsed bridge at the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway in no distant time. We captured inspections by both the state governor and federal government functionaries at the failed section of the bridge.
After a first-hand inspection of the scene of the disaster, Governor Mba expressed gladness that no life was lost despite the magnitude of the incident. He urged the federal government to consider a concession of all federal roads in every state to the state governments for proper maintenance. The governor identified routine and regular maintenance of roads as major ways to avert reoccurrence of such disaster.
Now, today we're here witnessing a tragedy that has just occurred. We're fortunate enough that no life was lost, but this could have been, a major disaster. I mean, where lives and all that. But what has happened here today is that we're completely now cut off. This is the Port Harcourt Enugu Express Road. So you can imagine this is a gateway to other southeast and south-south states. So the people can no longer ply on this road because of this tragedy. So these threats could have been identified if we have routine or regular maintenance, right? So it shows clearly that we need to rejig the current federal road maintenance model. And perhaps the way to go is to find a way to concession these roads to the state and find a current funding model that allows for the roads to be effectively maintained. But the current model is simply not working. And so we need to rejig it. I'm using this opportunity to call on the federal government to rejig the funding model of the federal road maintenance because the current model is simply not working. The states need to take charge of the roads within their states, and there has to be a conversation around the funding models.
Meanwhile, commuters have diverted from the failed bridge to alternative routes, and this has resulted in gridlocks in major roads within the metropolis. The federal lawmakers who took time to inspect the level of damage at the collapsed bridge regretted that most of the infrastructure in the zone had deteriorated over time and in dire need of renovation. They implored the federal and state governments to remedy the situation before it becomes a major threat to lives and property.
By experience, I noticed that the effluent caused eat up the soil. And it led to a shift of the foundation of the bridge. So the engineers will tell us more by the time they look at it. But we are appealing to the government, the federal government, because this is a federal road. We are appealing to the federal government that this road is so important to people of southeast and south-south. For once you are coming from Abuja and you are going to Port Harcourt, definitely you have to pass this road. This road is the starting point of this Enugu Port Harcourt Express. This road was built in the 70s, late 70s. I think by Fudro in the late 70s. And I also believe that this is an opportunity for all us to do an integrity test on all the bridges and all the flyovers that was built very long time ago. It's very, very important that we look at this thing so that this occurrence does not happen again.
The lawmakers said the collapsed bridge would affect businesses and other projects the state government has commenced to enhance development of the state and country.
Investigation on all our bridges and flyovers. So it's very important that I believe that even the Federal Ministry of Works, they are aware. They know that it's time for them to do it. But even not out beyond the Enugu state, some other bridges have shown sign of crack, which even in Lagos and the some parts of the country, not just Enugu or Southeast. So this is a holistic interest which all the Federal Ministry of Works should start doing, because some of these roads were built. Like in this particular one was built in the 70s. So that tells you the importance of doing a serious integrity test on the bridges and the flyovers.
Acknowledging the hardship experienced as a result of the collapsed bridge, they appealed to commuters to exercise patience, assuring them that the state and federal governments will not only reconstruct the bridge but also commence regular maintenance of roads. Acknowledging that Enugu State is the heart of the southeast region and the collapsed bridge link way to some states in the east and beyond, the minister commended the governor for proactive measures he has taken to ensure that federal government commences immediate reconstruction of the bridge. He assured that necessary tests will be conducted on the other section of the bridge to ascertain its integrity for use, while demolition and reconstruction commences on the collapsed section of the bridge. He also promised that the federal government will expedite necessary approvals of governor's plan to reconstruct and dualize the Enugu-Abakaliki road.
I want to apologize to you for what has happened on our federal roads, and I want to thank you for your leadership, because the very day this thing happened, you left everything and you came here. And I sent the FEMA people, and yesterday I sent the man in charge of bridge design and construction, and also with the director of Federal Ministry of Works, who is in charge of Southeast. So they came and also evaluated. And of course, you never allowed me to rest. You insisted that I must also come to look at it. And that's why I had to, I left office about 4 p.m. to make sure I honor you. Because when you have a leader who, loves the people, who is committed to what leadership of a people ought to be, he must get, support. And that's why I decided I must come, so that I will brief the president. What has happened here is very unfortunate. I've read the report of my mail. I've also read the report you sent to us and the pictures, and the two reports are the same. That the piles were exposed because beside the abutment, this bridge was built in 1968, and so the abutment was filled between the road pavement and the abutment. They filled it with sharp sand, and that is the problem with sharp sand. The moment you have sharp sand, you must give it very serious protection, because it's like the moment it has any small chance, it will go away. And so when the sharp sand left, then the rain collected at the back, and there was no whip hole between the abutment, because the earth pressure when it's filled with water, is a very dangerous one, and so it was capable of pushing down the abutment, and so the abutment got dislocated because the pie cap became exposed, and that's what happened. So we're going to look at the second bridge and see how far the remedial work will be done on it, and we are going to scale up the reconstruction of the two bridges alongside with the road construction that is going on.
Thanking the federal government for its prompt response, Governor Peter Mba assured the government of providing any needed assistance to ensure the bridge is reconstructed in no distant time. With the visit of the Minister of Works, the state government is optimistic that work will not only commence at the failed section of the bridge, but also in other dilapidated federal roads in the state.
We hope this few minutes spent with us was worth your time. Let's do it again, same time, same station next week, God willing. Till then, do enjoy the rest of the week. And bye for now.
Tomorrow is here. It's in the Adiwa. Makana Miria Babako. Industrial Revolution. Apata Enugu. Our digital economy. Agricultural revolution, oh, yeah.
Don't you people sell imported materials here?
Welcome, ma'am.
As